Hi again, everybody, and welcome into the Wiffle Wednesday live chat, episode number 37. We're deep in it now. Someone's already here. I appreciate you guys. Um, so the news breaking about the Dodgers potentially like going bankrupt is really interesting. I kind of don't know the whole story yet, but it sounds like the owner or the person essentially in charge of the money in the Dodgers is panic selling stuff right now. He had the part that I found interesting was they have like one of the most lucrative TV deals it was like 35 years for $2 billion, something like that. I don't even know, but he was trying to sell the rights to the games for upfront cash right now. So will be interesting to see if the Dodgers kind of blow up their roster because they have so much payroll that's deferred. Don, what's going on? So it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the Dodgers. I don't know all the facts yet, so I can't even pretend to talk about it more extensively than what I just did. But very, very interesting. A lot of people saying, "Hey, everyone could do what the Dodgers do, all this stuff," and then maybe the Dodgers can't even do what the Dodgers are doing. So it's very interesting. Jay back. The stuff is out of order, but I know what the chat says. I guess it's upside down. GoPro. Here is what happened this week with the GoPro. Okay. I believe I bought a SIM card 4 months ago. Can't find it. Had to buy a new SIM card. I bought a chest thing. I bought an adapter for my computer. And I also watched a 28-minute video on how to set up your GoPro and how to use it and how to use all of the accessories that I bought. I also bought an arm for over the top filming, so I can potentially film cards right here. Like maybe I do my pickup videos from that angle. I'm not sure about that yet, but I am now officially the closest I've ever been. It is out of the box. So the paper has been taken off. I will prove it. Look at this. The box is open. I put it in this little carrying case because I have this. I took all the wrap off of it. All of the little stickies that they put on all the things. We are this much closer to having live footage. Well, I guess it shouldn't say live, but having real footage from card shows. It is going to happen. Just taking some time. And so my chest mount, I forgot to change the address in my shipping. So that shipped to my old address. They sent me an email. They said, "Hey, you got a package here." I was like, son of a b. So I do have to go get that. But I feel like I could probably do that this week. So what that means for filming, I don't think this weekend. Do I have a stray hair hanging out? Whatever. I need to shave. I don't think this weekend, but the weekend of the 29th, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Oh, Pogs. I do need to bring back Pogs. That was fun. I did enjoy those very much. You know what about Pogs though? I just collected the baseball players or teams or whatever, anything related to baseball's Pogs. So I've always been a true baseball card collector. In that same breath though, I guess it's all listed. Maybe I have it kind of close. I'm trying to buy more of the early 2000s stuff. I've put it on shorts and stuff like that, but I did pick up this Matt Olson blue refractor numbered to 68. I paid $140 for this, and I also bought a Kershaw just like this, numbered to 68. The Kershaw I paid 60, again, like 10% off of this whole lot. I paid 60 for it. I listed it. It sold for $200 within 12 hours, and it happened, like immediate. No offers, just immediately sold. So even though we won't have new Topps products, or maybe we will, but the interest level for prospects or players like that won't be high, I still think there's an opportunity to buy and sell cards. The market won't crash, but that is the type of stuff that I will continue to target. The early 2000s type stuff, the 2010s were like, I think 2013 Topps, as I'm going through Topps Golds, 2013 Topps was one of my best years of opening cards, collecting, and just enjoying cards. There was a lot of cool photography on that base top set. Jason Kipnis was one of the best players on the Indians, so I was collecting Jason Kipnis cards. And yes, Bowman. I do have that written down. I have like a little what to buy I was going to end the show on, and I think Bowman is just the answer. For me personally, selling on Whatnot, first Bowmans, good prospects, good current players. Junior Caminero comes to mind, Jackson Churio, Ellie De La Cruz. The first Bowmans of the last 5 years or so of established stars or top 100. It's not even top 10, top 20, top 100 prospects. That is selling very, very well for me. Georgia Lombard stuff. I mean, I didn't even have any Joshua Baez, but Baez is currently the ultimate answer to this question. Just stocking up Bowman first and having it ready to go throughout the last few months, really since spring training, the amount of players that have spiked within like my Whatnot shows. And if I could prepare even just 3 days in advance, I would be very well off if I just had 10 Bowman Chromes of all the first Bowman players. So maybe I do focus on that more, just buying bulk Bowman firsts, building a spreadsheet so it's searchable. So when George Lombard goes off, yes, he has Bowman firsts, but he's also in Bowman draft, whatever else. And if it's not a first Bowman, if it's some type of parallel, some type of color, it's still doing pretty well for me. So Bowman in general might just go nuts. I really like where your head's at. They are planning a Bowman only show in Florida in either late February or early March. When I say they, it's like the online community of Bowman prospectors. That is a show that I'm targeting in my head to set up at. I've never set up at a card show. Let's drive to Florida and do it. But I just like the idea of a Bowman only show. The buyers coming to that show, the people set up at that show are looking for one thing, Bowman. So it could be just like a very, very nuanced type show that would do very well. And for me personally, I've wanted to set up at shows for a while now. That might be a bit much of a too big of an undertaking for my first show. Maybe I set up at one before that, or really I should set up at a few before that. I should be building dollar boxes, and I should be making a separate showcase. Because like I have my singles boxes, you can actually see them over my shoulder. That's all stuff listed on eBay. I should be building a box of those that is only showcase type inventory. It only needs to have 20 or 40 cards, but it's also easier for me to track. If I sell one, then I pull it off eBay out of the showcase category in my own store. So that is something I have been like kind of waffling with, but I haven't been preparing for it. I think the bigger deal for me is continuing to buy singles for Whatnot and then selling and making content. Yeah, I remember the shredded chicken jerky. I used to pack that stuff in school. Thought I was such a badass. That was hard. I don't know why I struggled through saying badass. I think I wasn't going to say badass originally, and then I just stuttered through it. There is YouTube has been really weird all of a sudden. So the requirements for YouTube monetization or YouTube partner program are changing in February. I need to get to 4,000 watch hours before February, or this channel may never be monetized. In February, they're doubling the requirements from 4,000 to 8,000, and I need to get to 4,000 before the end of the year. The end of the year is my goal, and January is like you better either get it done or don't. Like January is going to be a absolute sprint if it's not done by the end of the year. But the end of the year is my goal. So I haven't made any more long form than I normally do, but something is happening in the back of YouTube metrics that I don't quite understand. So I got another subscriber since I went live. Since about 5 days, my views are up about 800%. And it's not like one video. It is all of my shorts for the last 2 months that I've posted are just kind of spiking. I don't know what YouTube did to start sharing this more, but I'm up 17 subscribers yesterday. I'm up 40 subscribers in the last 5 days, which is a huge number for me. My long form isn't quite getting the play that I need it to, but it is upticked slightly. So the 15 to 20 search $1 boxes would help that immensely. But that is why I have kind of shifted towards need to get this GoPro. It is not like that's funny, you still haven't opened the GoPro. It's if you don't do this right now, you may have wasted the last year of making content. I say that like tongue in cheek because I don't believe that. I personally enjoy doing this. I think some of the videos I've made are good. I think some of the shorts I make are very successful. But Don, you're 100% right. I do need to bring it up on Whatnot. I say that after every show that I need to talk about more. I need to talk about my other socials more. And it's not even like I need followers or anything like that. I think the people that are in there asking questions, I get questions all the time. Where do you go to card shows? What are you buying? Where do you get your inventory? They ask me like some of the basic stuff, like why is a rookie cup? What's a chromium product? All that type of stuff. I should just be directing them more towards my social media, because a lot of these questions I have answered, or I do talk about it, 2 or 3 shorts a week across the different platforms. I'm posting the same video, but that's just because it reaches different people. I probably crossed over. Oh, I know I crossed over 10,000 followers across all the platforms combined. It's really not that many, but it is a lot for me, because like Whatnot, I had 0 8 months ago. TikTok, I had 0 8 months ago. Facebook, I had 0 8 months ago. So working those in and getting some followers on there is pretty cool. And you're 100% right. I do need to promote it more on Whatnot. But, Whatnot is such a beast, because I try and go. I know I do need to make mods. I try and go so fast on Whatnot. I try and keep the focus on the cards. And I have been having, I want to say my last 5 shows, 6 shows, 7 shows, somewhere in that range, have been really good output from me. Not trying to brag, but the stuff that I've been buying is hitting just like a vein of the right people. Yeah, I mean, 474,000 views. That feels really cool. That's a fun thing to say. Like, on YouTube, you do need to hit 10 million shorts views to monetize your shorts, but it's not, the shorts isn't about monetization. The long form, if I'm making, 20, 30, 40-minute videos and I'm putting in time, I'm okay with that. The shorts so far are very unedited. So it's more about knowledge. Hey, make this, film it, get it out, than it is trying to polish it, make it anything more than just quick information. In shorts, the shorts that I'm making are usually pretty like, I try and make them evergreen. They're not meant to be like a one-off. Some of the like Friday buying videos are one-offs, but for the most part, it's about, building the business type stuff, which is something, the content I enjoy. So I try and make more of that. That's it. Just hit a monster card on a long form. Yeah, you're 100% right. I need to hit a Cooper Flag debut patch. Yeah, it's not even, I don't even worry about the mod stuff, Don. I don't even think about it. It's hard to, I have my brother plugged in as a mod because he's in there once every 5 shows. And I just know like he's going to just come in. And if I say, hey, boot that guy, he'll boot him. I should probably just make you a mod because you're there more often. But there's 5 or 10 guys that are in there almost every show that I have no problem just handing over the reins to, because it really doesn't make a difference. And if they throw in a, hey, make sure you follow every once in a while, that's fine. The other thing I noticed it the last couple shows, because I'm getting so many viewers, sometimes I can't keep up with the chat. And because it's on my phone, like an idiot, I have to scroll back. I need to, you want me to boot this guy right now? J-Back, don't boot him. Don't do it yet. So J-Back in live chats would boot people, or maybe it was Matt. I don't even remember. People would just boot him for a minute because he wanted to. It had nothing to do with the cards. If they hit a good card, he'd boot him for a minute. It was always fun. I have no problem with doing like booting people that need to be booted, but I do not have a quick hook. I think it's funny when people come in, if they talk junk, because people have come in there and talked junk before. Like, oh, these cards suck. Are you ever going to run a good card? Stuff like that. It's very short-lived. I laugh at them. The only people that annoy me are the ones that bid up stuff and then don't pay, or purposely bid up something like whatever it was, that Griffey Dingers card that they bid up to $5,000 or something. Everyone knew it wasn't going to be paid. In that meantime, someone who actually wanted the card doesn't get the card. I can't run anything else. And I have this nonsense thing showing up on my screen. So that's the stuff that annoys me. I think people putting negative stuff in the chat, that's fun. That helps me, keeps the chat going, helps the algorithm, makes it look important. So I'm perfectly fine with that. The other thing with YouTube, I was actually watching some of my old videos, like my pickup videos. And when I say watching, I mean, I'm working on this. I have a screen right here. The screen has it playing because I'm trying to get those watch hours up. And I'm looking at my card show pickups from April, May, and June, or it's probably even March, April, May. And I complained about having low success in June and July. And it's no wonder. I am actually just like so disappointed at some of the stuff I was buying even 2 or 3 months ago. It's not just the players, but it's the like unnumbered, mass-produced inserts, parallels. I had a little bit of success really early, my first couple shows with Nick Kurtz on Whatnot. Nick Kurtz was like selling like crazy, and it was a lot of Bowman inserts that I picked up in a big, large bulk lot that carried me through like 3 shows. And I was like, okay, so Bowman inserts are interesting. And then I started buying Bowman inserts of anybody and everybody, and ugh. Some of the cards I was running, I'm pretty disappointed in myself. I think the last, like I said, 5, 6, or 7 shows, I have hit the gold highlight videos coming in 2 days. I have hit a vein of just good buying, finding what people want. It's very satisfying when someone comes in and requests a card or a player or a set, and I have it. And I'm leaning more into that. People like the Perspectives insert from Topps Chrome. Those aren't rare by any means, but people like them. So people are requesting those, and I'm grabbing those when I see them of good players. Hey, 7 viewers on live. Thank you, everyone. This is the most I've ever had in a live Wiffle stream, so I appreciate you. But yeah, just like watching those old videos, it is a reminder of the things that I can do better and the things that I have, like the mistakes I've made, and not even realizing it, and just kind of thinking, when shows are bad, like, why are shows bad? What am I doing incorrectly? Like blaming the summer slowdown. Summer slowdown is a real thing, but I can also protect against it by just being the best card seller, having the best cards all the time. And I wasn't doing that. So a little bit of self-reflection, seeing these shows, and also seeing my face from 2023. Different guy. I was looking in the mirror. I got some wrinkles now. This is bullshit. Anyway, that's nonsense. The Ultimate Gold eBay Store. That is the first title. I purchased 2,500 cards of Topps Gold parallels from a guy who he mentioned it 3 months ago that he was trying to buy this from a guy. And I was like, if/when you do, just know that I would like them all. 37 years in a row. He was like, I'll let you know. And he hit me up last week. Not this past weekend, like 10 days ago, the prior weekend. He's like, hey, I'm going to see that guy on Friday. So if you're in Xenia on Saturday and we get a deal done, I'll have the box. I get there first thing, like an hour and a half before the show starts. That's my new thing. I'm just getting there when the vendors get there, look like I belong. No one says anything. Got in there first thing, and he's like, hey, I got it. Come over here. I was like, all right. So I walked over, and it was a 3,200 count box. And I was like, this is the dream. This is what I want. I only had $800 cash plus some PayPal or Venmo, but he's no PayPal or Venmo. I was like, all right, what's the number? And he said 500. And I was like, that's like 20 cents a card. I would buy, if I could get them at 20 cents a card, I would buy 100,000 gold parallels. So that was a number that like blew me away. I finally unsleeved it all. That's what I spent yesterday doing. And I'm going to start sorting even more. I have started sorting a little bit. You can see some of the stacks over there. I'm going to start sorting it by years. And then I'm going to try and do a YouTube series around listing, like a 30-day challenge of getting all that listed. It's around 3,000 cards when all's said and done. So I am going to try and do that. With duplicates, I won't be able to get all 3,000 listed, but it will be kind of talking through the best cards that I found in that lot. Some like nuanced cards. I found a David Wright Future Stars Gold. It's like a $40 card. One that doesn't stand out when you first look at that stuff, or the early 20, or I think 2006, 2007, something along those lines. Felix Hernandez. It's a $15 card. Ian Kinsler rookie, $10 card. Just random stuff. Yeah, so J-Back, that definitely fizzled, but the idea of it did make me list more cards. And I sold a lot of stuff on Whatnot, and it turned into, and I'm already preparing for this. It wasn't about like selling 100 Vlads a day or getting 100 listed. It was more about what tools I was using to sell bulk cards. So I showed off like my scanner. I showed off my sorting process. I showed off how I would list 1,000 of the same card, in 5 card, 20 card, 100 card lots, stuff like that. So it turned into more of how I run the business through Vlad's. And I'm going to do the same thing, how I run the business through Topps Gold parallels. And it'll be the best golds I find, nostalgia finds. Like I just talked about Jason Kipnis, like 2013 going through that set a little bit, trying to list one year per day, how I use my scanner, how I price things, how I buy them. I kind of have a better plan on how to actually do it other than those flashbacks, finest flashbacks, Vlad's. I actually sold like 600 of them. I think I sold them for 25 cents a card. What did I end up getting? $100 for 600? Something along those lines. I mean, I was thrilled. He contacted me about buying all of them. I was like, yeah. The issue is that I can't find the rest of them. I shouldn't say I can't find them. I haven't tried to find them. They're in the garage, and I haven't tried to bulk up the rest of them to sell all whatever, another 500. I think it was over 1,000, right? It was 1,100 of that card, 1,200 of that card. I lost count. Oh, man. But as I've been sorting this Topps Gold purchase and like building this store, the store is working, by the way. I mean, 2, 3, 976. There you go. So, I mean, it was a lot. It was so many of that card. As I'm building this Topps Gold store, the sales are coming through every day, and people are. I made a Topps Gold, like the big bulk lot. I just like made a quick video about buying that. The amount of people that commented looking for specific dates, like serial numbers and stuff like that, was really cool. So it got me thinking, what else can I do this with? What other type of eBay store? In April, this is a confessional. In April, I had a conversation with my brother for about 35 minutes about building an eBay store that was only Ohtani. That was going to be the name of the store. It was going to be all I carried. When I went to card shows, I was just going to buy every Ohtani card I saw. This may have actually been April of 2025, now that I'm saying it out loud, because it was after the 2024 50-50 collection released. And that was going to be how I kind of like launched it, because I had a few boxes of that. I would have had one of every card. I would list 100 cards from that 50-50 set and like start it that way, and then just kind of build in more Ohtanis. So yeah, this would have been April of 2025. If I would have done that, I think I'd be sitting like on a gold-plated chair, rolly chair right now. So missed the boat on that. I had a Topps Now store that I kind of fizzled off of because I wasn't putting enough inventory in. The cost of buying Topps Nows was very high to buy them new. And then the parallels, they kind of tied up my time, because I'd pull 5 golds of the same player. They're not worth a ton. I can't put bulk listings because the serial number is different. So I shifted that to the Topps Gold store. And I like this so much better because it's all sports. It's 47 million different cards I can buy. And the entry cost is 20 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents. What else can I do this with? I was mowing the lawn yesterday and trying to come up with other ideas. The closest thing I can come up with, or simple. So I'm asking the chat, by the way, what else do you think you could make an eBay store around of only this? I think Topps Chrome refractors is an idea, but the issue is I almost want to do only Topps Chrome serial numbered refractors. But again, that raises the sourcing price a lot higher, but it makes the store even more specialty. You could probably command an even higher premium. You're going to get people looking for very specific cards that contact you. So that's something that I was thinking about, Topps Chrome refractors, but also maybe it's just Topps Chrome refractors. It doesn't have to be serial numbered. So like 2026, I can get a lot of 2026 Chrome refractors for next to nothing. And if I buy them in bulk, maybe some Pete Crow Armstrong sneak in there. Maybe some Shohei Ohtani sneak in there. Jordan Alvarez. So the MVP buyback for the 6 months of 2026, maybe I snag a couple bucks that way. That's something that's crossed my mind. I can't think of anything else that would work on that. Yeah, I will, Don, for me, promoting the store, spending money. There were 13 different Vlad cards with over 100 copies. Yeah, 1,300 different cards for 13 cards. Good times. They're still. I mean, I sold a lot of the serial numbered stuff. There is still some that I need to get sorted and listed. But for the most part, yeah, I sold a lot of cards. The Whatnot shows made up a big portion of that. I think the biggest issue I have right now of Vlad is that he's playing horribly. And I can't get a lot of traction on these. I might have to bulk them up and put like a crazy price on them. And Don, the issue I have to be careful with is trademarking. I don't think I can use the word eBay in my eBay store. I wanted to do the gold flagship store, the gold standard store. I like the gold standard because it's just like my personal thought process behind it. But some of those store names are taking. The gold standard was taken. So I called it the gold standard theory because that's just something I want to grow up. Bowman refractors. I like that, especially going into next year. Ooh. Writing that one down. Bowman refractors is a better idea. I think that's going to be more focused, more centralized, and also same thing with the Topps Gold. Some of those older cards are going to have some nuance. This is something that I would put in there immediately. 2024 Bowman Chrome, Verlander, and Big Poppy. These are numbered to 500. Yeah, J-Back, that's really good. That's really good. And also the inventory you can buy a lot of because you could do the Bowman Mojo, the Laser, the Sky Blue refractors across the last few years, X-Fractors, Shimmer. There's so many different unnumbered ones. But yeah, the $4.99, just doing $4.99 and below. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. The other idea I had for this type of store was pitching it to someone else. So I already have so much work to do, so many cards to list, all that stuff. If I can just start building out bulk boxes, 300 count, 500 count, 600 count boxes of this type of what's it called? Type of parallel or type of specialty, and I'm just shipping out 300, 500, 600 cards a week to someone else who will run that type of eBay store, and we can do some type of profit sharing where 50% of the money pays back my inventory costs, and then 50% of the money goes to a pool that we split. That's kind of in my head how I was thinking of running it. That's still really early stages. I was just thinking about that yesterday, but Bowman refractors is a really cool idea. The MVP race, I kind of talked about it with the Topps Chrome. I mean, I wake up every day and I am this much closer to Pete Crow Armstrong being my vote. I still think if I had to vote right now, it would be Shohei Ohtani. But Pete Crow Armstrong, 30-30 season, defensive wizard, just keeps winning. He might be the guy. Voter fatigue is real. We've seen it across basketball the most. Really football too. Lamar Jackson probably should have won it last year. Or I guess 2 years ago now when they gave it to Josh Allen. CJ Abrams gets no love. I think this card, not that card. I think this card was selling for $100 at the beginning of the year. I think it's selling for $160 now. A Topps Heritage PSA 10 rookie auto of CJ Abrams. Nothing's happening to that card. There's no hype. There's no price increase. I literally have no idea why that's not moving. But yeah, I think Pete Crow Armstrong, I'm finding more and more of his Topps Chrome stuff in dollar boxes, in that type of stuff. Chrome, X-Fractor, and a Wave refractor. And I also have who I think is the NL Rookie of the Year with some luck, Sal Stu. I got 3 of those sitting over here as well. So building up the stack. I think that's probably, a little bit disproportionate for your from your perspective as a Yankee fan. I do think if Judge wins in a World Series, it'll change the Judge perspective immediately. I don't think that it matters for me personally. I know for Yankees fans it does matter a lot, but I think nationally it would go I think it would go a long way. As far as Stewart, who he's contending with, as of right now, voting odds have JJ Weatherholt as the favorite. He is minus 145, which what I should do is throw like $500 on JJ Weatherholt and then continue to buy these Sal Stewarts at $10 a piece. Literally buy however much I would win, buy them all at $10, and go from there. So what is that? Minus 140. I don't know betting odds. Minus 145, I'd win 2/3. So I'd win $350. So buy 35 of those, and that's worth $3,500. So break even and or a $3,500 win. That is what I should actually do. That's what I should do. Huh. Maybe. Again, this live is not scripted. I have ideas and notes that I take, but maybe that's what I should do. And in the MVP race, I could probably do the same thing. The biggest issue is P. Crow Armstrong cards are going to stop showing up in Topps Chrome boxes. Those Sal Stewart red rookie logos, I could probably buy. Let's see how many I could buy right now for under 20, we'll call it. So that means I'd have to buy 20 of them. Red refractor. I put in Topps Chrome. That's supposed to be Bowman Chrome. Lowest. Oh, he's a red. That's not going to work. Okay, so there's the price has gone up finally. People are popping off these $10 and $12 ones. There's one, let's see. There's an auction for $21.50. These have finally gone up in the last 10 days or so. Looks like 40 is the cheapest. Well, it makes me feel a little bit better grabbing these at 10 and 12 bucks. I'm going to continue to buy them. I do know a guy who has a stack of them. And he also, last year, he bought Nick Kurtz in incredible bulk. I have no idea how much he turned it into, but I do know that he breaks on Fanatics Live a lot. So I think it was actually like part of his plan buying on Fanatics. The Weatherholt defense is what everyone's about. The 91 RBIs for Sal Stewart, I don't think is getting enough love. I think if the vote happened today, it would be a one vote win by one of them. I don't think it would be. I don't think Weatherholt should be that much of a favorite. It's the defensive metrics, though, that are doing it. Same thing that's keeping P. Crow Armstrong in the race. If P. Crow Armstrong wasn't the best center fielder, maybe the best fielder in all of baseball, I don't think he would be in contention for MVP, or at least he'd be a distant second. Because Ohtani has 10 wins on the season and a 1.75 ERA. The only issue is he doesn't stay out there long enough to pitch. I would love to see him in a relief role to end the season, especially with Edwin Jackson kind of faltering. Tanner Scott's been much better, so they probably don't need him to be in the bullpen, but it could be a cool way to do it. I mean, Sal's putting up the numbers. That is not up for debate. Sal Stewart has the offensive numbers. PCA is going to lose if Ohtani stays shut down, or PCA would win if Ohtani stays shut down. Because if Ohtani comes back and pitches like in relief and picks up 5 saves or something, I mean, I feel like that would kind of push him over the top. We'll see. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think if you ran the season out, like whatever it is, the last 5 weeks here, if you ran it out 1,000 times, I'm not convinced that PCA doesn't win more than he loses. I think PCA would be like a 60 or 70% favorite. It's voters, though. Like, what are voters going to do? What do the last 5 months look like? If either one gets hurt, it's over. If either one misses like a week, I think it's over. The offensive stats are almost identical. It's the pitching versus the defense. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I get what you're saying now. He is a better hitter when he's not pitching. That is obvious, yeah. I didn't even think about like that's what you were saying. He's had, 5 home runs in the last 8 days. So has P. Crow Armstrong, including a walk-off. They walked off the White Sox twice, which as a Guardians fan, I'm appreciative of. Guardians finally looked good last night. Joe Adell, massive home run. One hop to the scoreboard, which I think I only know of the scoreboard getting hit on the fly one time, and it was by Mark McGuire. So that is, steroid helped. Little Jim Bomb, what's going on? That is helped by the steroid era, but there was a dent on that Budweiser sign for 10 or 12 years. I think they finally changed it out. So you can't like see it anymore, but I do remember seeing that when I went down to the park. Hey, I appreciate that. I can't always rip, especially if you don't make your money back. Ripping is one of those things that I do when I think a product is good, or if I'm doing it for like informational purposes. Like this year I ripped 2026 Topps Chrome. Overall, I don't think Topps Chrome is a good rip, and I normally don't rip it, but making a video about it is good informational stuff. I think the next product that I will likely rip is maybe Topps Chrome Logo Fractor, and that's if I can find it at retail. I'm not going to pay up for it. I think it was available on Topps today. It probably dropped at noon. But for me personally, if I go pick it up or buy it and rip it, it has to be today. It has to be the day of, or I don't want to do it. So maybe I go get some Logo Fractor today, but I doubt it. The next one I really want to lean into is Bowman Chrome Mega Boxes. The Bowman Chrome checklist is not that strong for new Bowman players, but it's still early. Those players develop, things happen, they get better as things go. I'd like to rip that in bulk, sell the hot prospects now, like the George Lombards. He's going to be in a ton of insert sets. Josh Baez, I don't know if he's on the checklist, but Josh Baez is a guy that he had a good season leading up to it. He might have been included in Bowman Chrome despite having his first Bowman 4 years ago. But the insert sets of all the different rookies, the Cam Schlutlers, the Jacob Mizorowskis, Peyton Tolleys of the world, the guys that are just having incredible seasons, those cards are going to carry such a premium. I mean, I'm selling finest Jacob Mizorowski inserts for $10 to $15. The guy's market is insane. So if I can open a Bowman Chrome Mega where I'm pulling, I think it's 6 packs of 6 cards, which doesn't sound right. I think it's 8 packs of 6 cards, maybe 48 cards. Either way, if I'm pulling, 2 inserts and a numbered card per box, there is a pretty safe floor for ripping that in bulk. Now, it's not going to, if I buy 50 boxes at $50, $2,500, I think the floor is $1,500 without question. And then the first Bowmans, they come along later with some popularity, with, performance. Maybe some of those guys make the Arizona Fall League and they just kind of carry themselves. It is more about the rookies this year for sure. But, 2025 Bowman draft, it did have some of the same prospects in it. Some of those inserts and parallels of the Cade Andersons, Seth Hernandez, Eli Willits, Murph Gray, all of a sudden, Tate Suthasine for the Braves. Some of those cards are commanding weird prices in my shows. I've sold Cade Anderson Bowmans for anywhere from $8 to $10 for 3 months. Seth Hernandez is another one. I'm getting $3 to $7 every single time. I'm buying those guys still in dollar boxes, $2 boxes. I'll pay $5 for Cade Anderson. It's interesting how much first Bowmans of some of those prospects are still commanding. And draft is such a weird bird because we see these guys get hot at different times. 2024 draft has been a gift. Travis Bazzana, Nick Kurtz, Kalen Culpepper this week. I'm obviously missing 10 names in there, but it's such like a even flow of someone getting hot every 2 weeks. Trevor Hauver. Yeah, I know you had some Trevor Hauver stuff. Exactly that. The 7-game homer streak. Juniker Caceres for the Guardians. There's another Guardian right now. I can't think of his name. It's like Castellini or something. He's homered in his last 6 games. I don't think he has any Bowman cards yet, but if he did, they would be on fire. He's been the Bowman top prospect or the hot prospect sheets #1 for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, Bowman is such a capitalize while it's hot, like strike while it's hot product that there could be so much opportunity. The Bowman Refractor Store is a whole vibe. I like that a lot. What I'm buying this weekend, I did put this down as kind of like how I want to end these shows for people that watch this for card show advice, whatnot advice, eBay advice, buying advice. Bowman does have a 3 to 6 year window. 2014 Bowman draft, it lasted until technically 2 years ago. Grant Holmes came up and had some prospect pedigree. Jake Bennett, technically this year kind of broke out a little bit. He would have had like this much firepower, but that was a 2014 Cubs draft pick. So yes, that 2014 draft is an outlier. I know that. Definitely 3 to 6 years is like safe. And even, draft stuff, it's a 1 to 6 year window. Some of those guys are hot in their call-up or their first pro ball. Like Jacob Lombard cards right now, if they existed, they'd be spiking. So, yeah, definitely Bowman is a very interesting one. And, maybe that also cycles that store. It gives it life, or what's what I'm looking for? Like keeps it fresh by if it hits 6 years, it comes down. Unless it's someone who's already established, like those veteran refractors, the Poppies and the Justin Verlanders of the world. But first Bowmans, that have to be gone. Yeah, that Rafaela, I think I listed it at 40. That one was cool. The Troy Melton card, I picked it up for 30, sold for 85 immediately. I was supposed to message someone about it. I didn't even have a chance to message it because I got it sold. It was under an hour. It may have been 15 minutes that card sold. The Kershaw I bought for 60, sold for 200 immediately. The Griffey's still up. The Olsen's still up. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I put the Freddie Freeman in the video. I bought a Freddie Freeman blue refractor for 30. It sold for 52 immediately. Yeah, I mean those some of those cards. I had a good weekend though. The Junior Caminero, I bought it for 5, listed it for 20. That hasn't sold yet. So Don, I don't find 50% offers annoying or 10% offers annoying. I don't do I don't have a limit on how much I'll reduce something because it is day dependent, player dependent, all that stuff. I try and not go below 20% if the card is somewhat relevant, like 20% off of my offer. But also, if I bought a card a month ago and it was at the time, if it was a case hit or something and the sales had dropped consistently and I didn't get one of those higher numbers for it, if all of the sudden someone offers me $20 and I look and that card is selling for 12, 13, I'm going to accept that $20 as fast as I can. I had it listed for 40 because it was a $40 card. That just happened with a Francisco Lindor card. I had a Dugout Peaks Lindor card listed. I think I had it listed for 30 or 40. Someone offered me 12 and I was like, okay, that's a weird offer. Let me look. I looked up sales real quick and I saw sales at 5, 7. Like I saw listed copies for 8. I was like, well, I'm going to take that offer. And I was happy to get the sale. But for the most part, if I just list a card, Kate Anderson Blue Refractor, I had it listed for 100. Someone offered me like 75, I think, when I first put it up. It was, again, like as soon as I listed it, they offered that. It was within the hour. I countered at 95. I'm not looking to go below 90 for a card I just listed. I want that card to be discovered, at least at the very least, I want 24 hours of discovery possible. So I don't have a hard and fast rule of what I will accept or anything like that. The only rule that I have is that I always counter. And if someone offers me $1 on a $50 card, then I'm going to offer them 49. If they offer me $2, I'm going to offer them 49 again. I will repeat the same counter offer, even though I'm willing to go lower than that until they make what I consider a real offer. So if suddenly they make a $30 offer, then I'll probably show them my floor, $42.50. That's the lowest I'm looking to go. It's at $42.50 or I'm not going to sell it. And that's okay. The biggest thing that I put in there is if I do send them my best offer, I will tell them that this is my best, not looking to go any lower. And if you don't like it, that's okay. I'll keep the card. My advice is respond to every offer and just keep it cordial. If someone gives you a hard time, who cares? That's a them problem, not a you problem. So just respond with the same offer. Tell them, I'm not looking to go any lower than this. Thank you for your interest. That is almost the exact message I send every time. And it just makes it easier for me. It's no stress. Yeah, people get offers or people send me offers all the time. And yeah, they're low. They're lower than the card should be. I got a $20 offer on that Kate Anderson. I responded at 95. They responded at 22. I responded at 95. They stopped offering. There's ways to handle it without, turning it into a grudge match, because that is something that I think is so weird. I feel like some buyers and sellers think that they have to win. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about selling baseball cards. It's like people turn it into a personal issue. I'm just trying to sell the card. I don't know you from Adam. Some people I do because they've bought from me before or they've bought from me on different platforms, and I do know them to some extent as well as you can know someone through the internet. But it's just not that serious. I don't think it's anything above, I want to sell this card for $85. If you don't want to pay $85, no worries. You don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. Good luck finding another card. Good. Hopefully I can find another buyer. And maybe in a month they come back and they offer 75 and I haven't sold it and I take that $75 offer. That happens too. I didn't win. I didn't lose. I just didn't accept the best offer at the time. That's okay too. I don't know. Like I said, people just turn it into like a personal issue when it's just not that serious. I have also raised the price on cards when someone has sent me an offer, but it's been more along the lines of, I just listed this for 40. I got 6 $30 offers in under 2 minutes. I've done something wrong. So I'll end the listing, do research, and put it back up. I've done that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's something wrong with knowing that $40 card is actually a $100 card and offering 30. You should have bought it at 40. I've had it where someone will send me an offer. I just raised the price on the listing because I realized I was a little low. They get upset and I say, hey, I'll honor the original price. Here's my offer, but I'm definitely not going to take that price. I've done it that way too. So all different kinds of ways to handle it. My buying list. I said Kate Anderson 5 times. Kate Anderson is on my list. Pete Crow Armstrong. I am buying cards off of eBay of Pete Crow Armstrong. The 2026 Canvas Collection, it's numbered to 50. I just bought it for 50. That's probably a card. I actually have the 2025 copy. That's probably a card that's, I think, if it's the only one listed, it had 20 watchers on it too, which I was surprised about. No one bought it. That's a card that I think if I have the only copy, I can list it at 100, maybe get 75 or 80. And then the 2025 copy, I am actually buying that 2026 as somewhat of a protection for the 2025. There are no 2025s listed. I have a PSA 9. I want to sell that card for 150, but the 2026 at 100. So maybe the PSA case gets people in the rights. Like it shows like a proper price differential with the PSA case. If it was a 10, obviously I'd list it for a lot more, but a PSA 9, a little bit of protection. George Lombard Jr., he's still crushing in my Whatnot shows, and also the clip of Carlos Rodon. Yeah, I mean, you can send it, Don. What happens is I will schedule it out 2 or 3 weeks so I can plan ahead for it. I also have someone else sending me a box of cards, and theirs is mostly Ohtani, so I'm probably going to do theirs first, and I will not have them back-to-back weeks. I'll probably separate them by 2 weeks. So, I know J-Back just sent me a $1 offer on a Tatis. Show me J-Back as the person here. Weird. Absolutely sent me an offer on a Tatis. Patchwork case hit. I have it up for $89.99. Just sent me an offer for $1. By the way, incredible game by Tatis last night, responsible for 2 home runs and robbing a grand slam. So that card, I might raise the price now, Todd. J-Back, I almost called you Tatis. Other players, I'm trying to buy Josh Lombard, but I say that with a grain of salt. I only want 3 to 5 cards for Whatnot. I do not want to buy him. I do not think his cards will ever even see. I think his Bowman Auto, I think it hit $500. I don't think that'll be a $50 card by spring training next season. He is a power first, power only guy. His strikeout rate's too high. He runs into a lot of balls. I think he had 34 homers in the minors. This was the time to have his cards. If you had him now, this is best case scenario for buying Bowman prospects in history. However, if I find some Josh Baez in dollar boxes, I'm willing to run them on Whatnot for $1 for a week. So same thing. If you're out looking in card shows this weekend, if you find dollar boxes, you find Josh Baez, I'd buy it for $1. I would not expect a lot, and I would sell it quicker. I would have it sold by the weekend, period. Pete Crow Armstrong, George Lombard, Cade Anderson. And then, I wouldn't say a sleeper, but a guy who I saw a video of this weekend, Nathan Flewelling. It looked like he got fooled on a pitch, and he just kind of like slapped the bat at it, and the ball flew out. He's very young. This is his 21st home run. I do have some autos of his already, but watching that clip specifically made me realize that his power is so natural, so easy, that I'll be looking for his stuff. I think he's 2024 Bowman draft. Let me look real quick. Got an auto right here. Third rounder in 2024, 94th overall. I want to say his autos are up to $40 or $50 range, but you should still be able to find he's in Pro Debut. Should be able to find Pro Debut, first Bowman, and some first Bowman colors in value boxes. A third rounder usually doesn't have a lot of hype when something is released. So if you find 2024 draft Nathan Flewelling as a guy that you might be able to find in dollar boxes. Jacob Mizorowski, I already talked about. He's on the list. I'm going to buy Topps Gold parallels if I can find them. And then, I would start leaning towards, okay, I don't even recognize the name. I'm going to write it down. I would start stocking up on teams that are very, very, very likely to make the playoffs. One team that I would be targeting right now is the Chicago White Sox. Kyle Leahy of the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't going to make the playoffs, but Kyle Leahy's on one right now. That's just a random, scraping the bottom of a dollar box named Kyle Leahy. But the White Sox, the Munetaka Murakami's, Colson Montgomery's, Miguel Vargas's, Chase Maidroth's, who's the pitcher that's going absolutely nuts for them? Sean Burke, Shane Smith, one of those two. That's the kind of stuff I would be looking to buy, because if they make a run, that's the stuff that sees a 300% increase. even last year with the Blue Jays, your Ernie Clements, it wasn't, yeah, Vlad went up, but Ernie Clement, George Springer, I think Alejandro Kirk saw some light. Davis Schneider. Was it Schneider who had like the big playoffs? Those are the type of names that literally jump 300%. So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for this weekend. As of right now, I have a show scheduled for only Saturday and then maybe early Sunday. I have something else to do on Sunday, but I might try and rush out to a show first thing, literally an hour before it opens. But I know one of the vendors there that I can just be like, hey, I'm with Dale. Let me get in here. And look through his stuff at the very least. And then at 9, walk this floor real quick and then try and be out of there by 10. That'd be best case scenario. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This is building on last week. This is the most viewership combination I've had, both starting and ending, reached the peak of 7 people. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm trying to get these watch hours up. This is the longest show I've run, 51 minutes. So any of you who are here, thank you. It's a huge deal to me. I try and express it every show, but it blows my mind that you guys want to talk baseball and hang out with me. So I appreciate it. I will continue to show up hopefully every Wednesday and hopefully more videos, both via GoPro and not, trying to make a long form video of the gold stuff as well. So guys, I appreciate you. Whatnot tonight, 8 o'clock. I'll be rolling through some cards, probably 200 cards, hopefully. Don, I appreciate you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Until then, I hope you guys have a great week and go Guardians.